to fully fund the health system?
I think as a government we can stand very proudly on our record of funding health. We've had a 40% increase in health funding overall since we came into office. We've lifted the numbers of doctors and nurses. That doesn't mean that this hasn't been a hard winter, really tough for a 4-year-old died, and that was absolutely tragic, and my heart goes out to that family. It's unimaginable to have to go through that. As the family themselves indicated, it wasn't about whether they were admitted into the ED, they were admitted twice in a timely manner. What happened once the child was admitted is now the subject of a coroner's investigation, and we need to let that flow through, but it's an absolute tragedy. To come back to your initial question, we've lifted the number of doctors and nurses in our hospitals. We've improved the amount of funding for the facilities we've got. We are playing a bit of catch-up because of underfunding for the decade before, but I think as a government we can be proud of our records.
Well, the first thing is, I'd say the 3 cases that we've seen in Auckland, Christchurch and now here in Wellington are incredibly tragic. I mean, they are heartbreaking, they genuinely are. But what we're seeing now is a big blowout in people accessing emergency wait times. I think we've gone from something like 9% of people waiting more than 6 hours to see an emergency department to now almost a quarter of New Zealanders having to wait more than 6 hours. You know, that was our target that we were constructively dissatisfied with. And again, the removal of targets, and particularly emergency department wait times, is a big issue because the research shows that it actually saves lives.
Is Minister Little up to the job?
My bottom line is he's not achieving outcomes. He's not getting the outcomes that he desperately needs to achieve. They're distracted by an internal centralisation focus on building a massive health bureaucracy and not enough on delivering better frontline services for Kiwis.
So are you getting a bit sick of the government's line 9 years of neglect over these sorts of issues?
Look, I've said before that I will own every single thing that a national government did in our 9 years. The good, the not so good, tag me. I'll own all of that. But they own every single day of this last 5 years.